MSNBC is the place for politics, and the Republican Party is back. At least that's what the chairman of the party, Michael Steele, had to say today. Billed as a major speech, Mr. Steele addressed fellow GOP members today. He announced his intention to go after President Obama with class, but with determination. And that's exactly what he said he'd do.
Under President Obama, the federal government is now in the banking business. Under President Obama, the government now makes cars. Under President Obama, our country has amassed debts that will take generations to repay.
Patrick Murphy is a Democratic strategist. Pete Seed is a Republican strategist here. So, Pete, I'll start off with you. You have Chairman Steele saying, you know, he's going to do it with class and determination, as some of the name-calling and some of the harsher words being said are not his style, not his thing. Is he directly taking on some within the party who have certainly, since the Obama administration took over, been super critical in their language, not always classy?
Well, I think he's making the case that for the 8 years of the Bush administration, Democrats were leveling personal attacks against President Bush instead of policy criticisms. And that's the route that Michael Steele would like to see us go down. We can be the loyal opposition. We can say, hey, we don't agree with this policy. Here's what we agree with. Of course, we need to get to the point where we are bringing forward policy ideas to the table. But he's definitely making us go down the right path with today's speech.
Well, actually, what he said, he was asked, in fact, in an interview about the Republican National Committee wanting to brand the Democratic Party Democratic Socialist, and he said, I'm not for all of that. He was talking about the party. He wasn't talking about the Democrats from the Bush years.
But he did say that in today's speech. He specifically said we should not attack Obama the way Democrats did during the Bush years. It's almost an exact quote.
So, Patrick, with that said, do you believe that this is Mr. Steele trying to say, you know what, enough of what the Democrats did? We're better guys and women than that?
Yes, I do, and I think he's trying to hang on to his job, Cameron. There are a lot of people in the party that aren't pleased with Michael Steele, and they've got a real chance here for him to show his leadership and to prove that he's more than just a hood ornament for the Republican Party, and that he can get out and broaden the base, and he can only go up. He's got a lot of work to do.
Pete, let me ask you, how would you measure Mr. Steele's success so far? I mean, this is now 100 days since he's been the party chair. I remember, it didn't seem too long ago, you had Republicans whispering they wanted him to be quiet.
Well, he definitely got off to a shaky start. I think we can all agree on that. But I watched the entire speech today and really did come away impressed. I think he has a good plan moving forward. And the one thing that really struck me as a young person was he said he wants us to throw away the playbook from the 70s and the 80s and understand that we are campaigning today. And all too often, I think, especially on the local level, you know, we aren't doing a lot to reach out to younger voters. And this is an opportunity. It's an opportunity that we can seize to really expand the Republican Party among young people.
And well, maybe throwing out that playbook, does that include perhaps moving away from the older leadership like Newt Gingrich, who's been very vocal, especially with this Pelosi issue, and also former Vice President Cheney?
Well, I think the point Steele was making is that it's not just about knocking on doors and phone banks anymore. It's about text messaging. It's about reaching out to people in social media. And there are two different ways to do this. It's 50% getting on the ground and meeting with people face-to-face, and it's 50% using the internet and reaching out to young people using new technologies.
Well, Patrick, Mr. Steele did say the honeymoon is over for President Obama. We know that he has extended his hand in some part to Republicans, and but I have to point out some Republicans say that that's just been a show, and he didn't really want their ideas. But can these two work together?
Well, it's important to understand that for Republicans to understand that Barack Obama is the President of the United States and Michael Steele is the Chairman of the Republican National Committee. They aren't exactly on even footage. And you know,
no, but Michael Steele wants to be a powerful voice in the dialogue.
He does, and the point isn't the technology that Republican National Committee uses or what the Democrats use. It's the message that the Democrats and Barack Obama have brought forth with that technology, and that's the message of hope, of doing something about the economy, of trying to clean up the last 8 years. And I think that's where the Democrats are going to be successful. And one thing Michael Steele said that I really didn't like today, he said nobody likes Nancy Pelosi. I like Nancy Pelosi, and so do a lot of other Democrats.
Well, I think he was referring to some of the poll numbers out that show that her approval is not very good right now, to say the least. All right, thank you both, gentlemen. Great talking to you.
Thanks.
Well, topping our political headlines at this